So according to this, when I hit F8, it'll just transition me into a girl right away. No,
My
it transitions between my two screens. And also, for the record, Ashley, for the record, just because I'm a slut doesn't mean I'm not allowed to wear comfy, cozy hoodies that cover up parts of my body every once in a while, okay?
I never said you're not allowed to do that. When did I
Well,
even imply anything like that?
a minute ago.
All I said is that it's weird that you feel cold. You're never
Yeah,
usually cold.
well, you're right, I'm always hot. Anyways, I've started recording. Let's, video creation, let's do that.
Yeah.
There we go. That
Okay.
works. That's good. That's nice.
Alright.
So then,
Time for cringe.
time for cringe.
Oh boy.
All right, so we should probably preface what we're actually doing in this video.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Okay. So for those of you who don't know, PragerU, if you don't know what that is, I don't know how you made it to my channel. Is now legally able to, and I believe in some places mandatory to, be shown to children in grade school and other grade levels, but like in school, like public school, the school that any one of you probably went to, or you send your kids to if you have them. And this is in originally Florida, but I found out today that now it's Texas too.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. Super
Hey,
fun.
if you're in school and watch these videos, leave a comment down below.
Oh my god, yeah, please. If someone stumbles across this video who has been forced to watch this in school, please tell me about it in the comments, or even better, leave a comment for engagement. But join the Discord server and message me, because I will fucking like interview you or whatever. Like I will, you can speak on camera in front of my audience of 7 billion people.
Totally.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but like for real, seriously, if someone watching this has seen this in schools, please join the Discord, message me. I want to know about it.
We would love to know just like how your experience is.
Yeah.
Whether
That'd be
whether
dope.
you find it shitty or whether you find it like
You okay,
not shitty.
I'm gonna turn you down. You're way too fucking loud.
Sorry.
I can hear the grains of your microphone, and you are peaking my audio.
Sorry. Just
It's
trying to
fine.
make sure you can
No,
hear me.
it's fine. It's fine. It's just silly. Normally, I'm like struggling to hear you, and you're just in this one. You're just like, yeah, I'd love to hear about your experiences in school. Listen.
You didn't need to quote me. Jesus Christ.
Okay, let's so we're going to be watching some of the videos that these children will unfortunately be subjected to.
Yeah.
From PragerU Kids, the Leo and Layla's History Adventures series, with 51 fucking episodes in it. So,
Jeez.
quick rundown for those of you who don't know. PragerU is an online university. It's not actually a university. It is a right-wing organization that essentially just produces like video essays and short presentations online. Their goal is to try to counterbalance the like left-wing mainstream propaganda, blah blah blah. Which, funny enough, actually, I want to play the clip that we just watched from the guy, where he goes on stage and he's like, "Yeah, this is propaganda. So what?"
Link to this video in description.
not the original video where this is from, though. The video that I watched that informed me about all of this and inspired me to make this video.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so... pull up OBS, make sure that worked. It did work. Hooray! Okay.
Hooray!
Summit just this year.
On the way into the hotel tonight, I want you to
Can
know
you hear it?
I was greeted by many people. I was cursed out by about a dozen. And so I looked at them as they yelled, F you, you're a fascist, you're a Nazi, and other epithets. And I said, I'm just curious, what evidence do you have that I am that awful a human being? All I heard was, well, because you indoctrinate kids. And which is true. We bring doctrines to children. That's a very fair statement.
There we go.
He admitted.
So,
Wait.
yeah. Like, obviously it's clipped out of context, but, like, come on.
Yeah, but still, the fact that it's like, I indoctrinate kids? Well, yeah, I indoctrinate them, but that
course I
doesn't make
do.
me that doesn't mean I indoctrinate them.
What's wrong about indoctrinating kids to the right? I mean, the left is, like, evil. Duh.
How about we just let them choose instead of forcing them? Anyway.
Okay, let's start watching. So I wanna try to find the ones that I know specifically are like being shown, because there's 51 here, so I wanna.
There's a lot of junk to sift through.
Yeah.
Well, it's all junk, and there's not really much to sift through. It's just...
If you see
Isn't
anything that
it-
you really want to watch, they're only 10 minutes long.
Yeah. You're not gonna find any gold in here. The most you'll find is flint.
Yeah.
Maybe you can start a dumpster fire with that flint.
Adventures with Officer Tatum. Remind me who Officer Tatum is?
I don't know. I've never heard of them.
I heard the one with Galileo is pretty off the rails, but it's not anything like, you know, culture wars
Galileo?
related.
Now I'm
So-
curious.
I'm more worried about the ones that are like culture war related. Oh my god, isn't this the... Holy shit. Okay, this one, from what I remember, this one's fucking bonkers. I don't remember if this has anything to do with what we actually want to talk about, but I'm gonna put it on anyways.
Oh boy.
Hey, Layla. Have you heard what happened to Dad?
Not just heard, I'm watching it happen online. You're always whining about not having a phone, but you're lucky not to have one right now.
You probably shouldn't look at social media.
Yeah, Mom told me to stay off for a while. I should. People are saying really mean, crazy things about Dad and trying to get the business boycotted.
What's boycotted?
It means that the people who don't like what Dad said at the school board meeting are trying to close his business down.
What?
I know. People are being so mean. There's even a petition to get all his ads taken down from Facebook and Google.
Without any customers, Dad won't make any money. And without any money, we won't be able to go on the ski trip. Layla, I've never seen snow. We can't miss that trip. Dad needs to apologize.
Leo, the ski trip
Oh,
is
no.
not that important. I'm proud of Dad for standing up for what he believes in.
I don't
Not
understand why
snow.
people are so mad.
Me neither. He just said he thought parents should know what teachers teach us. Even if he's wrong, shouldn't he have the right to say his opinion?
Doesn't this have something to do with the whole, like, parents being told when kids come out? Is that what this is?
I don't know, but also I love how his concern is, I've never seen snow. We have to do something about this. Kid, if your dad doesn't make enough money, you're probably gonna lose your house and the
In the-
ability to eat food. You're worried about snow?
in the least misogynistic way possible, knowing this demographic, if your dad loses his job, you guys are probably fucked because your mom doesn't do shit.
Well, that and you can't really afford a family of, I'm going to assume 4 in this economy. Just saying.
Yeah, no, for real. Not only could you not afford it anyways, but like mom probably doesn't work like at all. So
Honestly, to dream, but also I hate this animation. I feel like Total Drama has better animation, and that stuff is made in Flash.
It does. Wait, it was? I didn't know
I'm pretty
that.
sure Total Drama was Flash animation.
I love Total Drama.
Pretty nice.
Alright, anyways.
I can't believe the video went viral.
Well, Dad was pretty upset, but he has a right to freedom of speech.
Yeah. Last time I got in trouble, I told Mrs. Johnson that America is a free country, and that got me in more trouble. I don't understand
Freedom of
free
speech does not mean freedom
Leo,
of
it's very
consequence.
different when you're a kid in school. Dad is an adult.
I'm confused.
I need to take my mind off this. Let's go learn about freedom of speech. I have a feeling.
I need to take my mind off of my current problems. Let's travel back in time to learn more about the origin of my problems.
I really, really hope they figure out that freedom of speech just means you're allowed to say whatever the fuck you want. It does not mean freedom of consequence.
Yeah.
You
I'd
can
also just like
say-
to point out real quick, this girl is using an iPhone. The video or the numbers are at the bottom instead of up here like they would be on an Android. And so therefore her opinion is automatically wrong.
I just had to check my phone's keyboard real quick. No, legitimately, I did have to check that because I'm like, hold on a second.
You're something else, Ashley.
just press play.
Okay.
We're gonna need to become experts.
Sounds good to me. Maybe we can help Dad.
Oh my god.
No one on Earth has any other way left.
The transition. Holy shit.
Epilepsy warning. Also, does this guy have a beard or a mullet?
He has a beard. If he had a mullet, that means he'd have no neck.
Because I was gonna say, did they layer his neck wrong?
This is Alexander Solzhenitsyn.
Apologies to anyone. That was
I am
extremely.
so sorry. I am so sorry.
Is that German?
No, it's Russian. Solzhen. If it was German, I'd know how to read it, dumb fuck.
Oh, my bad.
I don't know Russian. Okay, let's just watch the video. Maybe he'll say his name.
But upward.
Hello, sir. We're from the future.
We're Americans, and in our time, there are lots
God.
of arguments about having the right of free speech.
Dead on the fucking spot.
Where are her organs?
Hello, sir. We're from the future. We're Americans.
What the hell is an American? The future? Why do you have so many pockets? Where are your organs, woman?
Why is your hair pink?
Why are your eyebrows blue?
This is witchcraft. Oh my god. Oh my god. Notice how the boy is blue and the girl is pink. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh
it's
my
not
god.
Like it's not like if you went back 100 years, it would be the reverse.
Guys, no, conspiracy theory. I figured it out. Okay.
Our dad spoke at a meeting and made a lot of people mad, and now they're trying to punish him.
But he didn't do anything wrong. He just said what he believes in.
Do you have time to help us understand the right of free speech?
Perhaps, but I don't know. I don't know you. Maybe you are secret communist kids sent from communist future to trick me into talking about freedom so you can squash.
That's my sister Layla. I'm Leo. No freedom squash.
No squash. We love freedom and just want to
The
help our.
fuck? What the fuck was that?
The way he said that, it's like. The way he said that, it's like. Oh, no, that's my sister. She's communist. I'm Leo.
Like, I understand that that's not what he meant, but like, you may be a future communist sent to squash. No, that's my sister. I am Leo. No squash.
Okay, I'm gonna have to give a point to PragerU there because that was actually hilarious.
No. They don't deserve points. It's a fucking accident. But like, holy shit. The guy wasn't lying. The guy from earlier, before we started recording, when he was like, Saturday Night Live couldn't be funnier than they accidentally are. Okay. Alright.
Dad and try to understand what's going on.
Okay. I will help you. I am Alexander Solzhenitsyn.
Solzhenitsyn?
Is it okay if we call you Mr. S?
Certainly.
Alright. Now we know how to say it. Now we...
Nitsyn?
I am Alexander Solzhenitsyn.
Alexander Solzhenitsyn.
Alright.
Alright.
Could have just called him Mr. Alexander.
No, say the name. Say his name. Ashley, come on. say his name.
Solzhenitsyn?
Yeah, Alexander Solzhenitsyn.
Yeah.
That I was hoping you'd fuck up.
Nope.
Damn it, Ashley! You ruined my video. God damn it! No.
Solzhenitsyn?
Is it okay if we call you Mr. S?
Certainly. Russian names like mine can be very difficult for Westerners. The speech I just gave was a warning to your great country for what will happen if you do not protect free society. It sounds like not enough people listen to me.
It's not too late. Teach us about free speech and we can spread the word to our friends.
I am really popular.
Let's travel back to like what was it like 18 something,
18?
19 something, whatever. Way back, at least 100 fucking years, and they're like, it's not too late. Tell us, and we will go back to 2023 and tell all the middle and elementary school kids what.
I have like 400 followers on Instagram, so like, don't worry, I'll
Oh
do
my
it.
god, guys! I'll post it on my Snapchat story and like.
Sure.
I have lots of friends.
Ugh, get over yourself. But it is
Real.
true. She has a ton of friends.
Based.
Why are you an expert on freedom of speech?
Let me tell you my story. In 1918, I was born in Russia.
Is that racist? Why was Putin there? That's not Putin. Stalin. I think I was just racist there. Oops.
Holy shit! Holy shit! Ashley,
Yes?
Ashley, I was not ready. I knew it was off the rails, but like, oh my god.
I don't think anything can prepare either of us for, ooh, Russia.
I might have to take my not a slut sweatshirt off. On a side note, I should totally get a sweatshirt that says not a slut.
God, this is something else.
Okay, let's
We
get
haven't
back.
even we haven't
We're 3
we haven't
minutes
even
in.
gotten to the points yet.
We're 3 minutes in. They're gonna be their own videos, like each one.
Who was that?
That is ghost of Stalin. Stalin was dictator of Soviet Union. I am author. and my books have destroyed the way people remember him. So his ghost tries to haunt me. But as you can see, he is very wimpy.
Huh. Communist ghosts in 1978? Well, okay.
My childhood was lived
Okay, I was super wrong. 1978. It was only 40-something years ago.
under new communist Soviet rulers who took control of Russia after revolution. My family farm was taken by communists, and my Christian faith was made illegal. But despite this, I love my homeland and served during World War II.
Were you a soldier?
I was commander for Red Army and was honored several times for being hero in combat against invading Nazis. But as war was winding down, I began having questions and criticisms of communism, and specifically of Stalin, who was dictator.
That's not okay under communism, right? Saying anything bad about the dictator is against the law.
Do everything I say, or else.
Stalin held all power.
It's kind of ironic how that just sounds like the right party.
Yeah. I think they're trying to make it sound like the left party.
Yeah.
Ooh, respect my pronouns.
Or else.
Ooh.
Or else I won't talk to you.
Respect my pronouns or I'll block you on Twitter.
Ooh. You mean X?
That's the left, guys. That's what we do.
Yeah. We cancel your free speech by just not listening to you.
Oh no. How terrible.
Oh no. Oh no.
The horror.
The horror.
Power and authority, and since I questioned his leadership in letters and conversations, I was punished and sent to Gulag.
He is back. Again.
What's
Why
the
is he
gulag?
here? Why is he here? Why is he part of this episode? I don't understand.
Because Mr. Beard Mullet just decided I'm going to write book. Ergo, the communist dictator Stalin is going to haunt this specific man.
Out of everyone, I'm sure he's the greatest war criminal of all time.
Yeah.
Gulags were work prisons in the worst places imaginable. Prisoners lived with insects, parasites, and rats, and were forced to work all day.
Rats? Rats?
Don't you dare.
Rats?
Okay. Before you start driving me to
Driving
insanity.
you what? Driving you what?
Insane. This just sounds like your average low-income house.
True, yeah.
I'm not-
But
I'm not calling it a gulag. Your average low-income house.
But rats?
Press play, please.
Ashley, the rats. Ashley, the rats.
No.
Ashley, the rats. The rats,
No.
Ashley, the rats.
No.
They're driving me.
No. Don't you say it.
Crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once. They locked me in a room, a rubber room filled with rats. The rats made me crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once. They locked me in a room, a rubber room filled with rats. The rats made me crazy. The rats made me crazy. The rats made me crazy. I said the rats made me crazy. I'm crazy. Okay, back to Gulag.
Every day. Many prisoners were worked to death, and some
Why is his head
starved
so
and
big?
froze
I
from
was thinking
cold.
the same
By
thing.
grace of God, I survived, and after Stalin died, I was freed.
Let me get this straight. You got all that horrible punishment just because you said a couple bad things about your government?
Correct. Once released, I found job as teacher and spent nights writing books about life, about freedom, and about horrors of Gulag. My books have made me very famous, but they made the communists very angry. I was not put back in Gulag, but I was kicked out of the country and cannot go back.
Thank goodness we have freedom of speech in America. People in our time complain about our leaders all the time, but they aren't punished.
I don't know, Layla. Nobody's getting thrown in a gulag, but people are getting punished just for their opinions and what they say. Look at Dad.
What has happened to Father?
He spoke at a school board meeting and questioned the education leadership. He doesn't like what's going on, and he's now getting attacked for speaking up.
Sounds familiar.
All he said was that schools and parents should agree on what gets taught to us kids. And now people who didn't like what he said are saying bad things about him, trying to hurt his business and punish him and his family.
Ah, I feared this. It was public meeting, right?
Yes, a public meeting about our schools, and people recorded what he said, and now it's all over the news.
Some people really like what he said, but it seems like more don't, and they're really loud.
Hold on a second.
Sneaking.
Hey, Stalin. Okay, but
Say whatever it is you wanted to say.
I like how they're comparing stuff like, ooh, the people are angry at this person, therefore the people's actions is as bad as the government throwing you into a prison because you said something.
Obviously,
not-
the liberals wanting to fucking shut up this father who probably was like, you shouldn't be teaching our kids science because I believe in God. You know, that's equally as bad as Stalin and his entire
Yeah.
regime. Obviously.
But like, all I'm seeing from this is, yes, other people who have the freedom to express themselves and do what they want to do, is the equivalent of my government and the police taking me away and throwing me into a prison because I said something. Your government is not punishing you for what you said. The people are doing their actions. They're mad at you. It's the people mad, not the government. Ergo, your freedom of speech is not being hurt, you little sissy pants. That's not freedom of speech being hurt. That's your consequence.
In a non-political, non-problematic way, because I'm not trying to get canceled. The more I see shit like this and hear about shit like this, the more I lean towards communism. I am halfway there to just being a communist.
I don't want my sandwich worker to be paid the same as a doctor.
No, but like, okay. When I say
No,
that
I know
like,
what you mean.
Well, all I mean is people need less rights when it comes to deciding, like, public systems like the school and shit. Like, I understand that you should be able to speak up if you're unhappy with things, but, like, come on. There's a reason. If the government wasn't so fucking, like, based in just media and publicity, and it was more based in facts and science, you know, like we actually funded NASA and like things like that, then
Well, not just NASA, but like actual scholars.
that's why I said things like that.
Oh.
Yeah. No, well, yeah, so like if we took more actual science into account when making our decisions, and our government wasn't so just fucking brain dead the way it is right now, once we get to that point, I feel like the government should just have control over things like public schools. Like, if you don't like that your kids aren't learning about God, send them to private school. Fuck off.
Or just teach them while they're at home.
Or that, yeah. I mean, you guys have survived this long somehow. I don't think there's a problem with the way public schools are, aside from the fact that teachers don't get paid enough and kids starve.
Yeah.
And they're really loud.
Ooh, sneaking in through schools. Government controls everything, even your children. Whoa.
Hey,
Sounds pretty fucking good to me, man. I mean, government would do a better job than parents are.
that's kind of what Dad was saying during his speech.
He got really mad and said schools weren't respecting parents' rights. Then his microphone was turned off and he couldn't finish talking.
Father is very brave. He is warrior for freedom.
Why do you think they wouldn't let him speak?
Let's let Ghost answer. Your education leaders are trying to silence Father for same reason Stalin threw me in Gulag. Ghost?
Yes?
Why did you really throw me in Gulag to be punished?
Because I was afraid of losing control of my power. You were telling the truth, and I couldn't defend my bad leadership and bad ideas, so I had to shut you up. It's what us communists do.
Oh my
Why
god,
does he
that sounds
sound so
exactly
white?
like the right wing. You were telling the truth and I couldn't defend my points, so I had to shut you up. Holy shit.
Also, why does Stalin
Self-aware
sound...
much?
Yeah. No, they're not self-aware because they're saying this stuff and they're not aware of it.
No, I know, exactly.
Also, why does he sound so white? Like, he sounds like your average, like, high school teen guy. Isn't he supposed to sound as stereotypically Russian as the other dude here?
Probably, yeah, but I don't think they could make him sound Russian and silly at the same time.
Okay.
Plus, their budget isn't high enough for 2 voice actors who can speak in a Russian accent. As
Yeah, you're
shitty
right,
as
their budget can only afford, like, semi-decent looking art, the ability to squash and stretch certain parts of their body, and have 3 mouth movements.
The background is pretty alright, but yeah, the characters are like... I prefer South Park's art.
Yeah.
I would rather watch exclusively the Canadians from South Park. You know how those guys look, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Control the language. Control the people. Woo!
I think I understand. People who don't like freedom of speech are afraid because they don't want to defend their opinions. They're scared of hearing things they don't like to hear.
Precisely.
Oh my god. That's
It's
familiar.
almost like...
It's almost as if this entire thing is just deflection.
Yeah. It's almost like the other side of the political spectrum made these points first, and now they're like, no, you.
Yeah.
They're literally just saying no, you.
It's all projection. They're like, they hear the
That's why
points
they're
that the
called
left is making.
PragerU.
Oh my god. Am I the only one who every time I hear their name, I think of like the Gerber baby food? Like that's what I think of, and then I'm like, oh wait, no, PragerU is those guys.
No, every time I hear PragerU, I just think of like a high school going, oh, you're Prager? Kill me now.
Yeah.
Freedom means anything, it means be able to say things others don't want to hear.
I have a question, Mr. S. What about...
If freedom means anything, it means saying things that others don't like. Sounds like, yeah.
Trans women are women.
That's fitting.
freedom of speech for kids at school? Last time I got in trouble in class, I told my teacher that I shouldn't be in trouble because we live in a free country. She got really mad and I got in even more trouble. Then my parents took her side.
Leo, it is very important for Americans to love and cherish your freedom, because in world it is not common to be free. But it is also important to understand freedom does not mean that you are free from responsibility. When you are a student, you have a responsibility to respect your teacher and not be rude.
So it's not okay to joke around in school?
Jokes are wonderful.
Well, I mean, yeah, to an extent, but also at the same time, you gotta understand that, like, teachers aren't fucking gods, and you can...
No.
Yeah.
You're allowed to question things about your teacher, but at the same time, if you're a, like, 10-year-old kid questioning whether your teacher should be teaching you 3 plus 5.
Well,
Just
no.
sit down.
Like, don't question the curriculum, especially if you're that young, sure. But, like... Well, actually, I take that back, because some of the curriculum that's going to be taught in Florida and Texas now is very questionable. But,
Yeah.
like, it took me the longest time to understand that it's okay to question your teachers, and that they need to earn your respect.
Yeah.
And
no
like,
one... No,
yeah.
it's either no one is given respect right off the bat, or you have some respect right off the bat, but you can lose it.
Everyone
It's not-
deserves that basic amount of, normal respect. Like, you should never be just shitty to people because they haven't earned your respect yet. But it is,
Yeah.
you can lose that, regardless of if you're a teacher over a child or not, and you can earn more if you're a cool teacher. Like,
Yeah.
that's kids, respect your teachers, but if they don't respect you back, that you don't have to respect them just because they're older than you.
Treat others how you would like to be treated.
Yeah. Ashley's older than me. I don't respect her at all. She's a fucking bitch.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Anyways.
When I was a teacher, my favorite students told good jokes. But respecting freedom of speech requires you understand proper time and place.
Sometimes that's hard.
It can be very difficult. Life is very complicated and tricky. Most situations are not simple. That is why it's so important to have conversations where different opinions can be heard.
Ooh, no conversation and no jokes, or off to the gulag! Woo!
This is why bad leaders are always on attack of free speech. They make no room for differences or middle ground compromise. You are on their side completely, or you are their enemy.
What if Dad loses his business?
American hero Benjamin Franklin once said, "Those who choose comfort over freedom will have neither." Your father must fight. Everything depends on freedom.
We met Mr. Franklin. He's great. And that makes sense. Without freedom, a business doesn't matter.
Yeah, Dad needs to keep speaking up and fighting. After talking to you, Mr. S, I'm really proud of Dad.
Very good, Leo. Now, back to your time to help him. And don't forget to be funny, but respectful student.
Okay, I will. Bye, Mr. Solzhenitsyn.
Bye, Mr. S. Thanks.
Boom.
If you are interested in time traveling again, please subscribe.
Fuck you.
If we're not subbing to your channel, sub to the Poffy channel.
Yeah, sub to Poffy.
This is your mandated government mandated action to subscribe and like and leave a comment so
Yes,
the
I-
YouTube algorithm can just do good.
Yeah. I heard she's a pretty cool channel.
Yeah.
All right, I found the Frederick Douglass one that's so off the fucking rails.
That one wasn't actually like so bad.
No,
It was
this
more
one
of
wasn't
just,
bad. It was just hilarious. I'm probably
It
gonna
was-
cut that one down to a short little segment.
Yeah, that one was just more on the lines of, okay, that just went off the rails in a silly way instead of off the rails in a what are you talking about way.
Yeah, we've been recording
was-
for 40 minutes.
Oh my god.
Yeah. This
Can't
I'm
wait
either gonna make this one long-ish video that I cut down heavily, or I'm gonna turn each of these into their own video.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, Frederick Douglass.
Oh boy.
All
There
right.
we go.
Oh boy.
That's right, Bob. Despite some violence and destruction by some of our angrier activists, we're seeing mostly peaceful protests.
Protesters are demanding that the police be abolished.
Well, Clint, these local activists want to abolish the police. They're claiming systematic oppression and want the U.S. system torn down.
What is going...
Yeah. Yeah, we want to abolish the entire police department and America itself.
I just want to question, why are kids their age watching the news?
I don't fucking know.
When-
Do you watch the news
when
when
I
you were
was-
that age?
No, I don't even watch the news now.
Well, they probably don't have anything better to do. I mean, they're a conservative family. The news is the most entertaining shit they're gonna get. What else are they gonna watch? Fucking Sex Ed
Fairly
with
Odd Parents?
Pastor Jim.
And Sex Ed with Pastor Jim featuring examples.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Interactive. Interactive Sex Ed. It's 4D, guys. It's 4D.
We are horrible people.
Oh my god, we're awful.
We haven't even begun the video yet, and we're worse.
We're 24 seconds in. This is why they hate us so much. We're sexualizing the kids with our trans agenda.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that.
Things are so weird right now.
I know. Mrs. Calder gave us an assignment today about being activists for justice.
Isn't Mrs. Calder your math teacher?
Yeah. We learn math, but we spend a lot of time learning about the stuff they talk about in the news.
Okay, well, to be completely fair, I feel like, first of all, he's in elementary school. That's a blatant fucking lie. Okay?
What?
That is a blatant fucking lie. He's in elementary school.
Why does this sound like my geography teacher?
But also, yeah, second of all, there's nothing wrong with talking about current politics. My math teacher, when I was in 11th grade, my fucking advanced algebra or whatever fucking math I was taking back then, I don't remember, teacher was like, you know, we'd be doing our assignment and she'd just be like, you know, so what is your guys' thoughts on blah 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 current world issue? Like, come on. It's normal. I wish there was more of that. It took me the first like 10, 11, 12 years that I was in school until they started finally talking about world politics in class.
I had to wait all the way up until like first, second year of high school. And even then the first year was just because my geography teacher was just like, hey, you want to watch CNN?
Yeah, I was lucky. Once you reach high school, it gets better. And then it got like it was pretty significant once I was in 10th grade. And then yeah.
That's weird. Isn't math class supposed to be for math?
Why is everyone so angry? Are they burning a car? What does abolish even mean?
That's enough. Let's get to the bottom of this.
The app?
You got it. Abolitionist? Let's check this out.
What the
Sorry
fuck
guys,
just
I
said
gotta
me?
I gotta have a seizure real quick after that one. Alright, let's hear what this
Billy, no having a seizure in class. You're supporting the left.
Oh
Hi, are you an abolitionist?
I am. My name is Frederick Douglass. Welcome to 1852.
Thanks. I recognize you from a picture in my U.S. history textbook. You have really cool hair. I'm Layla. That's my brother Leo.
We're trying to learn about activism and abolishing things. Can you help us?
Well, not to brag, but I'm the perfect guy for you to talk to. I'm the most famous activist in America, and I'm currently working on getting something abolished.
Abolish means to end, right? What are you wanting to get rid of?
I want slavery to end. At this time that you have come to visit, for half of the United States...
Yeah, go Michigan! My bad.
States, it is okay for some people to own other people, make them work for many hours for no pay, and force them to do anything, anytime.
That's so unfair and horrible.
You're right. The sad fact is slavery has existed everywhere in the world for thousands of years. But it's especially disappointing here because America was founded on the idea of freedom. Yet so many black people are not free.
Are you a slave, Mr. Douglas?
I was, but not anymore. I was born a slave, and I was taken from my family at the age of 6.
That's just so terrible. How did you deal with that?
It was very hard, and I was often sad. But I taught myself to read and write, and like I always say, knowledge is the pathway from slavery to freedom. As a boy, I was regularly beaten. But when I was 21, I had had enough and escaped to the north, where slavery is against the law.
And I'm legal to drink.
Have never looked back. Today, I am a free American, fighting for all to be free.
How can there be slavery in America when the founding fathers said that all men are created equal?
Yeah, and I've heard that some of those founding fathers owned slaves. What about that?
Children, our founding fathers...
Okay, how old is this boy?
Yeah, like
I understand it's a cartoon, but like, she's in early middle school, right?
Yeah.
He is significantly smaller than her.
By like an entire head, but then again, their entire head also takes up their whole body.
Yeah. I just like... What?
I don't know. At least the Magic School Bus had like actual context in mind. We didn't have someone just go, oh, hey, by the way, isn't this thing that's completely out of my like scope of knowledge a thing?
I need to quit worrying about the consistency of this cartoon.
Yeah.
I just need to stop.
Fathers knew that slavery was evil and wrong, and they knew that it would do terrible harm to the nation. They wanted it to end, but their first priority was getting all 13 colonies to unite as one country. The southern colonies were dependent on slave labor, and they wouldn't have joined a union that had banned it.
Are you okay with that?
I'm certainly not okay with slavery, but the Founding Fathers made a compromise to achieve something great, the making of the United States. If they immediately outlawed slavery after winning independence, the southern colonies would have formed their own slave-owning country. Our founders created a system they thought would have slavery end gradually.
Well, we're here in 1852, and America's been around for about 75 years. You're still trying to get slaves.
What the fuck, dude? I know I said I wouldn't worry about it, but Jesus Christ.
This kid Google.
I didn't even know that.
Like,
I understand that I'm like stupid, but like,
this kid literally just end up being Google. Like, how do you take the year that you're currently plopped in and just remember that? Do you just remember the year?
He didn't even like think. He wasn't even like, carry the 2 and +4. Like, no, he was just like, oh, it's been this many years since America's founding.
Like, is that blue hair genetic? Is that something special? Is this an anime protagonist?
Yeah, he's genetically modified. Obviously.
Oh?
No, conservatives are against that.
Slavery abolished. It doesn't sound like the system the founding fathers set up is working.
On the contrary, all the northern states outlawed slavery by 1804, and buying slaves from Africa was outlawed for the whole country 4 years later.
What's taking the southern states so long to do what's right?
I know,
Great
right?
streams are not easily turned from channels worn deep in the course of ages.
Huh?
What I mean is, sometimes things are more complicated than they might seem, and complicated problems take time to solve.
When I have a complicated math problem, if I rush to solve it, I make mistakes.
Leo, ending slavery is such a bigger deal than your math problems.
But speaking at a school board meeting is the exact same as Stalin.
Yeah.
It certainly is, Layla. Along with independence and democracy, it's probably America's biggest deal. There was no real movement anywhere in the world to abolish slavery before the American founding.
Yeah. You heard it here first, guys. America
Gandhi?
did it first.
Literally all of America, Asia, all of Asia, well, maybe not northern. Literally
Asia,
everywhere else in the world apart from northern Asia and Europe.
Nah, bro, America invented all those places too.
What about South America? Central.
We invented South America.
Oy.
We used the power of God and rose it from the ocean.
Ah, yes. Thanks, Space Daddy.
Slavery was part of life all over the world. It was America that began the conversation to end it. But Leo is correct that big problems need to be approached very carefully. Have you kids heard of William Lloyd Garrison?
No.
Nope.
He's an abolitionist like me, and he and I used to be friends, but we aren't any longer. We don't agree how to solve problems. William refuses all compromises, demands immediate change, and if he doesn't get what he wants, he likes to set things on fire.
Sounds familiar.
Okay.
Sounds like you know the type.
Yeah, we've got that type in our time.
So, you're trying to work for change inside of the American system.
Precisely, Layla.
Why is he
Our system is wonderful, and the Constitution is a glorious liberty document. We just need to convince enough Americans to be true to it.
And people like Garrison don't just want slavery abolished, but the whole American system?
You are correct. His approach is called radical. That means a complete fundamental change of everything.
You know, we need to convince more Americans to hold true to the Constitution. It's a wonderful document of freedom, blah, blah, blah. I wonder how these people would feel. Not these people, but like the people from PragerU. I wonder how they would feel if we asked them if members of the LGBTQ community are equal.
Hey, do you see this lesbian black lady as equal to this straight white man? No?
If you had to kill one of these people, who would you pick?
Would you rather pick the straight white man who sits in his couch all day and eat Cheetos, or the lesbian black woman who has contributed a lot to their business? Oh, and she's dead. Okay. No hesitation, I guess.
That seems silly. There are so many amazing things about America.
Well, your way is definitely better. It's the right way to get change.
I think so. But how are you so sure?
Spoiler alert, in our time, you're considered an American hero, and that other guy isn't really known.
And double spoiler alert. Also in our time, all Americans are equally protected under the law and have equal voting rights regardless of race.
Yeah. Puerto Rico.
Yeah, about that one law.
Any of the other
like...
territories.
Yeah, whatever happened to that one law where it's just like, oh, sorry, majority vote. We can just delete all of your votes. None of you exist.
Does America have the same constitution in your time as the one here in 1852?
We sure do. Same one, but with some changes called amendments.
I knew the U.S. Constitution would survive and allow for positive change.
We even had a black president.
2 terms.
So...
Oh my god! We had a black president!
Oh my god, we also... Didn't you also have an orange one?
Yeah. I just love the... We've even had a black president. Like,
yeah.
Wow.
Also, can I just say one thing? They are changing the course of history by telling all this stuff that happens in the future, and I'm pretty sure Leo probably just exchanged a shit ton of diseases to that dude because,
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no, fucker's about to die of COVID, and so is everyone else.
Yeah. Like, bro, this is why you don't time travel. Stupid kid.
No, obviously the giant blinding light that appears every time they do sterilizes them. Don't worry about it.
Yes, clearly.
Oh, Mr. Douglas, do you think we should be activists, just not radical ones?
Layla, your America where people are free and everyone is equal under the law sounds pretty great. But no place is perfect. So it's good to listen to activists who want to improve things. But they have to be willing to work inside our system. And they have to understand that change usually requires patience and compromise. Then you might want to join their cause. But if they are radicals like Garrison, you and your brother will be best served to stay away.
I think I'm just gonna worry about surviving middle school for now.
That sounds wonderful. And you, Leo?
I'm just gonna worry about being a kid. If you're
Fuck off.
Huh? I'm just gonna worry about being a kid. So, how come you ain't watching shit like Total Drama, but instead you're watching the news?
We made it to the bottom of the list. I doubt they put all their episodes in here. I want to watch the one, apparently Ronald Reagan was another good one. And then I want to find the one with fucking Christopher Columbus. And those will be the last two.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Leo.
The animation.
Hey, Layla.
Yeah.
Why are you
Why?
pulling
Is he even smaller?
Don't worry about the proportions. They're not accurate anyway.
Okay.
down our neighbor's fence?
Today, this is not a fence.
Oh, yeah? Then what is it?
It's the Berlin Wall, and I'm Ronald Reagan, our 40th president.
And I guess that means you're here to tear down the Berlin Wall?
You got it. I'm gonna set the East Berliners
Looking
free.
at me.
Leo, I'm pretty sure that our neighbors aren't from East Berlin.
Well, they are today.
Whatever you say, Leo.
Did you know that Ronald Reagan was one of our most popular presidents?
Of course I knew that.
And did you know he was California's governor before he was president?
Well, duh. Did you know that he started out as an actor? He starred in over 50 movies.
Yeah, and he wasn't just an actor either. He was in the military during World War II.
You know what? He was actually great at a lot of stuff. He played college football.
He was also on the swim team.
He ran track, too.
Plus, he was student body president.
And he was totally handsome.
Ew.
Yeah, Ashley?
I'm just kind of speechless.
What's
The further
the matter?
the further this goes on, the more my head hurts.
Yeah, I took 3 Tylenol before we started recording.
I think I'm gonna take one now.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't do drugs, kids, unless they're safe.
Unless you're gonna watch PragerU.
Ew. Gross.
What the heck, Leo?
Agreed.
Boy, I sure wish I could have met Ronald Reagan.
Well, why can't you?
Because he passed away in 2004 when he was 93 years old. I wasn't even born yet, and now I'll never get to meet him.
Jeez, Leo.
Motherfucking... This kid!
I wanna meet Ronald Reagan.
Oh my god,
Okay.
my Discord just reverted itself back to default settings. Like,
Ew.
out of nowhere. Was it the F8 button that I pressed? It just suddenly switched back to...
Ew. That's gonna take a while to fix.
Wait, what? My nitro is gone too. I'm so confused.
You wanna fix that later?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that after this video. What the fuck?
I think PragerU is trying to take away your Discord.
But I'm like genuinely confused. I've had nitro since the 30th of July. Bro, if I lose my streak because of some error, I'm gonna be pissed. I was working my way up to the maximum boost icon, like the little badge.
Dang.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll
Leo,
fix it.
don't be so dramatic. We can just use my new time travel app to go meet him.
Really? Awesome.
You just tap here and away we go. But let me get the settings right before you do that.
Ronald Reagan, here I come.
Oh
no! Wow, is this what West Berlin looks like? Layla, look at that wall. It's huge. Hey,
Why do
wait.
jelly beans
Where's
come with them?
Layla?
What the heck? Where am I? Oh, great. Thanks, Leo. I better go find him.
I can't believe I actually went
Why was
back
there
in
a zipper
time.
noise?
Maybe I'll really get to
I
meet
don't
Ronald
know.
Reagan.
Did someone say my name?
Wow, you're really President Reagan. Nice to meet you. I'm Leo, and I came here from the future. What are you doing here?
Nice to meet you, Leo. I'm here in Berlin to stop the communists and end the Cold War.
Oh, man. All this talk about communists is making me hungry.
Well, Leo, communism makes everyone hungry. People living under communism are often poor and don't have enough money for food.
I'm under capitalism and I'm like that.
Yeah. 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 No comment. No comment.
That's why we have to stop it.
I guess you're right, but can we have a snack first? I brought jelly beans.
Leo, thank you. That's my favorite snack.
It's too bad Layla isn't here to have some too. Hey, Mr. Reagan, can I ask you some questions?
Of course you can, Leo.
Why did they build the Berlin Wall in Germany?
That's a good question. We're in West Berlin, which is the free side of Germany. On the other side of the wall is East Berlin, which is occupied by the Soviet Union. The Soviet Union, which is communist, built this wall during the Cold War to keep people locked in East Berlin and stop them from going to freedom in West Berlin.
We sure are lucky to be on this side.
You're right about that, Leo.
Why is it called the Cold War anyway? It doesn't seem that cold.
It's not because of cold weather. It's called the Cold War because we were able to end the war without using any weapons.
A war with no shooting or bombs? How did you do that?
Well, everyone was afraid that the United States and the Soviet Union were going to shoot nuclear bombs at each other, but thankfully that never happened.
A nuclear bomb would have been terrible. That's the biggest kind of bomb there is.
You're absolutely right, Leo. That's why we signed the INF.
Oh, I see. Wait, what's the INF?
The INF stands for Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces
Stop
Treaty.
staring at me.
Both our countries agreed to sign the treaty so we didn't have to use our bombs.
Is that all it took to end the Cold War?
Well, no, Leo. We also used our economy to win.
Economy? Isn't that money stuff? That sounds really complicated.
It's really very simple, Leo. We used a program called Reaganomics to make our economy strong. We cut taxes so that the government took less of people's hard-earned money away from them, and that led to more people getting jobs.
Isn't Reaganomics the whole, like, trickle-down thing that caused all the rich people to get richer and the poor people to die? This video isn't funny anymore. I think our profile
No.
pictures very much encapsulate where we're at mentally.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ugh, I don't want a job. I hate work. My sister Layla has a job after school, but I like to play after school.
Well, Leo,
she's in
when
middle
you grow
school.
up, getting a job and working hard is part of being responsible. I'm sure your sister is working hard to find you right now. Thanks to everyone working hard, the United States economy was so big that the Soviet Union couldn't keep up.
You are amazing, Mr. Reagan. You saved everyone's lives and made them better at the same time.
Well, thank you, Leo, but the job isn't done yet. We still have one more thing to do.
Didn't
Mr.
Soviet Union
Gorbachev,
collapse from
tear
the
down
inside?
this wall.
Yeah, freedom for everyone.
Boom.
There you
And-
are, Leo. I've been looking
And
for
give
you
me your oil.
everywhere. What have you been up to?
Hi, Layla. You just missed it. President Reagan and I tore down the real Berlin Wall.
Ugh, I can't.
Yeah, and not the other guy he yelled to.
Yeah.
Can't believe I missed it. You need to be careful when you time travel. My phone battery is almost empty and we need to get back before it's too late.
Okay, Layla.
Wait.
Let me say goodbye.
That's actually a good point. What if their phone dies when they get
How
stuck
do
in
they
the
have
past?
service?
How do they have service? Wait, what?
I
That's
can't
not how-
wait for the day that they travel back so far that electricity doesn't work. and their phone just fucking, they're stuck there.
Yeah, like, hold on a second, that's not how mobile data works. You need a satellite for that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure your provider doesn't even exist in Reagan's time.
Bye to Ronald Reagan first, though. Bye, Mr. President. It was nice meeting you. Thanks for beating the communists.
Goodbye, Leo, and remember this. It's never too late to fight for freedom.
Here we go, Leo.
Why did you look at me?
Why did he do that?
The fourth wall is just a fourth suggestion. There's like no transition. It's just one frame he's looking away, and then the next he's just, yeah.
Well, to be fair, I think it'd be creepier if it slid.
Yay, we're back! Layla, you should have been there when
Her phone
Ronald
just
Reagan told them to
disappeared.
tear down the Berlin Wall. It was super fun.
It's okay, Leo. I got to do a lot of fun things in the past, too.
Like what?
Glad you asked, Leo. Well, I went to the White House and met Nancy Reagan, the First Lady, and I learned all about their program to keep kids off drugs.
Just say no.
You got that right.
Oh, that's where that came from, too. Awesome.
Just say no. Those are
Shakes
prescription,
pills?
by the way.
Yeah.
Those are
yeah.
prescription, by the way. Those are my
yeah.
antidepressants. Disclaimer: don't actually do any illegal drugs.
All right, PragerU Kids Columbus.
Oh, there.
Ready for this last one?
I think my Tylenol's kicking in, so I think so.
All right. God, it's so loud.
Oh, hey.
What's up with the face? You look stressed.
I'm just doing some research. Was today weird for you?
You're in elementary school!
He doesn't have a phone, but he has a laptop.
Yeah, how'd you guess?
Columbus Day.
Or Native American Day, or Indigenous Peoples Day. It's weird, right?
Yeah, some of the teachers at my school really don't like Christopher Columbus and don't
More
think
than
he
one
should have a
holiday
holiday,
fall under the
but some
same
do.
day.
It's the same
Oh,
with
that's
my
so
teachers. Even
confusing.
some kids got into
OMG.
arguments about it today.
There's only
You finding any good
365 and a
info?
half days in a year.
Kinda, but it's real mixed. The side against Columbus says he was a really mean guy who spread slavery, disease, and violence to people who would have been better off if he'd never gone to the New World.
Ouch.
I know, but the side for him says he was a really courageous guy who loved exploring, inspired generations, and spread Christianity and Western civilization to people who really benefited from new ways of thinking and doing things.
I mean, you know, those were all positive things up until the last one about Christianity, but whatever.
That sounds really good.
I know.
What do you think? Which side is right?
I don't know. It seems really complicated, but both sides are just giving their opinions. It would be cool to hear from, the source. Huh?
You want us to go talk to Christopher
Ew,
Columbus, don't
Stop
you?
doing
Yeah.
that.
Okay, sounds good. I hope he's not mean.
These kids would contract so many diseases.
Yeah. Also, what's with the fucking bar at the bottom?
I think it's for like YouTube copyright.
This
Wait,
is
isn't
from their channel.
Huh. I have no idea then.
They just really need to...
They just really need to promote their website.
Yeah.
That's not how water
Oh, goody!
works.
More slaves!
Oh, goody! A child, you could swap the poop deck. And a woman, you can work the kitchen.
Don't be alarmed, sir.
Don't worry about it. I'm wrapping up the wildest journey maybe that anyone's ever taken. Nothing phases me. What, you from the future?
How'd you guess?
Either
How
that
would he
or
guess?
Indians? I've kinda had a hard time telling who's what lately.
I'm Layla. He's
Bruh.
my brother Leo. And we
Okay.
need to learn about you.
We live 500 years from now, and there's a holiday for you, but it's really controversial and we're confused.
Nice! I have a holiday? Well, caramba! I should! I've worked so hard to get to this point,
Is that
and
racist?
what I just accomplished
I
was
don't know.
insane!
Will you tell us about your journey?
Allow me to give you a little biographical information so it all makes sense.
Okay.
I was raised in the port town of Genoa along the Mediterranean Sea. My papa was a wool weaver, and most boys just did whatever their dads did. But I was different. Every day I would look out at the sea and wonder what was out there beyond just what I could see.
I see what you did there. So you were curious?
Hilarious.
And so, as a teenager
I
and
want
a young
to
man, I did
destroy
everything I
this
could
animation.
to cure my curious nature. I volunteered for all kinds of crazy sea adventures, and I took my first one at 14.
Whoa.
Yeah, and soon sailed to Iceland, Ireland, and Africa. I taught myself to read, learned many languages,
He sailed to Africa, guys. It's over.
Oh dear.
and read everything I could about geography, astronomy, and exploration, including my favorite book, The Travels of Marco Polo.
Marco.
Polo.
Okay?
Oh, it's a game we play in swimming pools. Never mind.
Never mind. Marco Polo is the greatest explorer who ever lived. In fact, the trade routes he wrote of and their closing is basically why I'm here right now.
What do you mean?
Well, first, the writings of his amazing journey to the Far East inspired me to be an explorer. But then, 40 years ago,
Didn't
when
they
the
also
Muslims
cause a shit
conquered
ton of wars in the East?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure a lot of these tradeways caused a shit ton of wars in the East.
Well, the tradeways, yeah.
Yeah. So, like...
You can't spell trade without war and genocide.
Constantinople
milk.
and closed down the Silk Road, they made it impossible to get by land from Europe to Asia. And that opened up the desire and opportunity to figure out a path by the sea.
What was so important about getting from Europe to Asia?
Leo, we want to trade. They have so much cool stuff in places like India, China, and the Spice Islands.
Let me guess.
Trade.
Spices.
Smarty pants. If you tried our Middle Ages European food, you would know how much we need those spices.
So you wanted to get spices from Asia and make a lot of money?
And yet they don't use them nowadays.
I wanted to explore the world and see things that nobody where I'm from had ever seen before. But I didn't have enough money for a crazy sea adventure, so I had to get a sponsor. I needed to convince a really rich person to pay for my trips.
Ah, so you had to be persuasive and tell somebody that paying for your trip would make them even more money. You get to explore, and they get spices and stuff from Asia to sell and make a profit.
Correcto! So since the Muslims had cut off all the land trade routes to Asia,
The filthy Muslims.
Grr.
and we Europeans still wanted Asian things, I came up with a crazy plan to...
Europeans always want Asian things.
I mean... Americans do too.
That's what I mean by Europeans. Like, just white people. Fuck off.
Oh. Sorry.
Never mind.
to get there by sailing west.
Why was that crazy?
Because no one knew if it could be done.
Is that because people thought the world was flat?
No, that's a myth.
People
Since
still
the
do.
time of the ancient Greeks, educated people have known the world
At least they have that right. Oh my god.
Oh, thank God.
is round and could possibly be sailed around. But Earth was believed to be so big that with so much ocean between Europe and Asia, no way could a ship hold enough food and water for its crew to survive a westward journey between the continents.
You thought differently?
I did my own calculations and thought, maybe could be done. I might have played with the numbers a bit, but I was desperate to give it a try.
Sounds like your sponsor needed to be desperate too.
I first asked the King of Portugal, but his advisors told him my plan would never work, so he said no. Then I tried Spain, and they said no too. But after 6 years of bugging their king and queen, Ferdinand and Isabella, I finally got them to agree to pay for my voyage west out to the great unknown.
It took 6 years?
Why did they finally give in?
Only they can know for sure. But it's probably no coincidence that after hundreds of years of fighting to kick the Muslim invaders out of their country, in what was known as the Reconquista, the Spanish monarchs sent me on a mission to find new trade routes and maybe even find gold and riches.
So Spain was broke and needed money. They were desperate.
You said it, not me. But Ferdinand and Isabella took a wild chance on my crazy idea. And here we are! I'm now sailing back to Spain to show off all kinds of amazing things I found and tell of the wonders of the lands I've seen.
Okay, now that we have the backstory, we've got some questions. There are a lot of people in our time upset about how you acted once you found all these amazing things in these new lands.
Ah, that's right. You said I'm controversial.
You have no idea.
I've got nothing to hide. Ask away.
Okay, first, your sailing plan was right and all your doubters were wrong?
Well, they were wrong that my crew and I were going to die because after 10 weeks of sailing west, we spotted land.
Your trip was 10 weeks?
You can't even handle a 2-hour car ride.
Ah, greatness requires patience.
You know the land you found wasn't India, right?
Really? Caramba! I suspected something was a little off, but my calculations suggested I had reached India, or at least the Far East.
So what happened when you met the native people, who obviously discovered the land before you did? The Indians?
The first people we met were great. The Taino. They were peaceful, curious, and really helpful. I could tell right away that they were highly intelligent. They even were able to quickly mimic everything we said to them. I ordered my men to treat them well.
I'm sorry, Mr. Columbus, but I heard at school that you spoiled paradise and you brought slavery and murder to peaceful people.
Leo?
Sorry. It's what I read and heard at school.
Caramba! Those are some accusations. The place I discovered was beautiful, but it wasn't exactly a paradise of civilization, and the native people were far from peaceful.
But you just said the Taino were peaceful.
They pretty much are. But there are other tribes who aren't. The Taino I had met had cuts and scars and bruises all over them. I asked why, and they told me about the Caribs, who are vicious, warring cannibals.
Cannibals? Like they
eat people. See.
Whoa.
Right?
Cannibals? Like communists? Jinkies.
Jeepers.
Hey, all the things that are bad in the world I come from, jealousy, lying, murder, war, it all exists in the land I just found too. But in Europe we draw the line at things like eating people and human sacrifice. Some of the native folks from where
I thought he was gonna say human trafficking.
No, that's not above them. But human sacrifice is all there's. That's so above them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Christians.
totally. Beat me to it.
left do those things regularly. So, these people in your time who think it was a peaceful paradise are misinformed. Or lying.
Yeah, but what about slavery? You didn't deny that.
Deny? No. Slavery is as old as time and has taken place in every corner of the world, even amongst the people I just left. Being taken as a slave is better than being killed, no? I don't see the problem.
Well,
okay. I need to bring up some arguments real here. Yes. Torture is better than death.
Obviously.
Torture, prolonged suffering and doing things that you do not enjoy without your consent is a better alternative than to just say, fuck it. End me.
Yeah, duh.
Yeah,
And also,
Oh,
mind you,
but-
I want to add on to what you said. It's they're tortured until they die. It's not like torture and then you're free to go. Like,
Yeah, so it's
there's
not
no
like
hope of happier life. You just you
There-
do it and then you die.
yeah, so like why not just die now?
Yeah.
I'm not saying either is good. I'd rather
Well,
just
yeah,
have
obviously.
neither. But like at the same time also, oh, slavery was all over the world and plus it was here since so long ago. That doesn't make it any better.
Yeah.
Just because X thing existed doesn't necessarily mean it's a good thing.
I wanted to say something, but I would have definitely had to cut it out, and so I'm not gonna.
We'll say it after recording.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways.
Well, in our time, we view slavery as being evil and terrible.
Ah, magnifico! That's wonderful! I am glad humanity has reached such a time. But you said you're from 500 years in the future? How can you come here to the 15th century and judge me by your standards from the 21st century? For those in the future to look back and do this is, well, estupido.
Are you calling me dumb?
Certainly
Yes.
not. I can tell you're a very smart young lady. But the idea of throwing away the past...
I can tell
Okay,
you're very smart for a girl.
Now you see, that's the historical inaccurate part. He would not have said that.
Yeah.
And like when there's no one else to impress around him, he would not have said that.
Mm-hmm.
because of your present values is... Listen, I love and am thankful for the ancient Greeks, but they did lots of things that here in 1493 I do not agree with. They permitted
Like
lifestyles
gay
and
stuff.
worshiped gods that, as a Christian, I think is very bad. But that doesn't mean I shouldn't respect and honor all the incredible and amazing things they did.
So, good and bad is based on the time you live in?
That is a great question. I told you I knew you were
Question.
smart. Some things are clearly bad, no matter when they happen. But for other things,
Like slavery.
Yeah, some things are bad. Just bad.
before you judge, you must ask yourself, what did the culture and society of the time treat as no big deal? Not everyone can time travel as you do and see how normal becomes very not normal.
Some things are, some things aren't. Sounds complicated.
It's called culture
is,
shock.
and so is life. And history can be too. If people in your time want to celebrate me for being a perfect hero, then they are very mistaken. Only my
Yes.
Lord and Savior Jesus Christ is perfect. And I hope to spread his teaching to all the lands I find that don't know his name. But
Okay.
if people in your time want to
Sure.
celebrate the guts I had to get this journey approved, start it, survive it, and get back to tell about it, well, that seems pretty good for any time and age.
I think you're right. Thanks for answering our questions, Mr. Columbus.
You're a courageous explorer, and you've given me a lot to think about. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, kids. Now, let me lock you up and show you to the King and Queen of Spain. Ah, just kidding. Safe travels,
no,
my
he
friends.
wouldn't be.
Bye. Columbus sure had a crazy life.
He made 3 more journeys across the ocean to the New World.
And it seems like most of the negative reports about him come from people who were his competition for things.
I don't think
What about
Christopher
bringing
Columbus was a
disease?
villain. And maybe he wasn't a hero, but he sure did some
What
heroic
about
things that are
stealing
definitely
people and
worth
taking them
celebrating.
across the world?
And a lot of the things we judge him for now were just normal in his time. You never know, Leo. Maybe some of the things we're told are fine today will be considered evil or crazy in the future. But being courageous and wanting to explore the world are things worth admiring in any century.
I want to nail in the coffin of this video with one last little thing. One thing that Ashley, I already talked to you about. You know where this is going.
Oh. Oh no.
Oh yes. here's one final short, tiny little 2-minute video, just to, because as bad as those were, they weren't horrific, right? Like, they were pretty fucking bad, and I would never want my kid to watch them. But there were no war crimes being committed. So, on the note of slavery, I want to play this one more video by PragerU that I heard about from the same video as before.
I love how this is actually not from PragerU because it's deleted, meaning they were ashamed of it and they knew it was bad.
Yeah.
First of all, fucking cowards, keep it up here. You can't hide anything on the internet. It's going to get archived.
No, they've publicly taken stances before about, like, oh, they're using evidence that doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist? Yeah. It's on the internet. You can't just delete things off of the internet. That's why you gotta watch what you say. And even then, at least be confident in what you say. If you do say something wrong, at least know, no, it's not that bad. Or acknowledge your mistake. For example, this video, I don't know what you're doing with it. I probably said a lot of stuff that's going to be used against me in the future.
So, this is, again, I just want to reiterate, being shown to children in school, a video of PragerU, whoever the fuck, talking about Robert E. Lee, one of the most famous Confederate generals of all time, and why he should be commemorated and his statues should remain up. So this is a video about, like, all the good things he did, right?
Quote, unquote.
Who was Robert E. Lee?
Ass.
Statues of great historical figures, like Robert E. Lee, are being torn down across America. Here are some facts about Lee that remind us why his statue should remain. Robert E. Lee was connected to George Washington through his father, Light Horse Harry Lee, Washington's cavalry commander, and his wife, Martha Washington's great-granddaughter. Lee's home at Arlington House was just 10 miles from Washington's Mount Vernon. Today, it is the site of Arlington National Cemetery. After 30 years of military service, Lee led U.S. Marines to crush the attempted slave rebellion.
Why Robert E. Lee should be commemorated for the good things he did. After 30 years of military service, he led the U.S. Marines to crush the slave rebellion.
This is marked as a good thing? I feel as though a million souls have all just cried out at once. A lot of them said a word I can't say.
Okay. That's it. We're not even... Video over. Video done. This has been an hour and 30 minutes.
Moral of the story. PragerU is not a good source of information.
Please. Please. I know that no one watching my channel, at least in the current state that it's in, willingly watches PragerU or shows it to their children or anything like that. But my God, please. This is being shown to children in public schools now. This school year, the one that just started, depending on where you live. Like, it just got approved. This is a recent thing. This is a current thing. Current world issue. This is being showed to elementary school and above. But, you know, I just really want to focus on the fact that, like, 5, 6, 7-year-olds are being taught this. Well, I hope you guys are having an amazing day. If you enjoyed this video, smash like. Give me that thumbs up. Leave a comment for engagement. Subscribe if you haven't. If you want to see more
reacting to PragerU videos, please don't request that.
I don't think that... I wouldn't be surprised if we had to do it again at some point, but this is not something that I want to do on the regular.
Yeah, no offense, but I don't want to turn to Jamie Dodger.
Jamie Dodger's great, though.
I know, but he makes too many negative videos.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Negative videos drive clicks.
Yeah,
Want them
unfortunate.
views. You know I'm about to clickbait the shit out of this thumbnail.
Oh my
No, I'm
god.
just playing.
Well.
Okay. Leave a like, subscribe,
I-
comment. I love you. The rats made me crazy. Bye.